Hello, Leo. This is Soul from 200 Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting October 13th, 2025. Leo, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And the deck I am using will be listed in the description box, not reading any reversals. Just cleansing the energies here from Dawn Cancer's messages for the week, and we're about to see what's in store coming forward for Leo. Give me all the messages for Leo this week. What are all the messages for Leo? What does Leo have to look forward to? All right, energies for Leo. Okay, let's give it a cut here and begin your messages, Leo. And for you, we're going to start off with the Six of Swords here. So Six of Swords could be for any Leo that I'm reading for, that there could be a level of energy that you may have dealt with stress-wise, leaving you. Things are, being replaced by calmness, coolness. Okay, smooth sailing, smooth passages. Some Leos that I'm reading for may be traveling this week. If you are, you're going to be safe to and from. But oftentimes with the Six of Swords, I get a physical move. Like there could be some Leos that I'm reading for who may be considering relocating or moving to a different area. All right, so if you are traveling, though, you're going to be safe to and from as well. Up next, now we have the Major Arcana. No, I'm sorry. It's not the Major Arcana. Where the hell did I get that from? It's the Ace of Swords, okay? Ace of Swords represents gaining some sort of insight or clarity. It's a communication card, of course, seeking some sort of excitement or adventure, but also, too, this card always indicates some sort of level of victory and success that you can attach that energy to almost anything that's going on for you this week, Leo. First actions and first moves. But I feel that it's, having to communicate your clear thinking and your thoughts to other people, and then having to receive that information from other, that you're clear in terms of what comes to you in terms of communication from other people. All right. So that's the Ace of Swords here. Up next is the Three of Pentacles. And also, too, with the Ace of Swords, before I move on to the Three of Pentacles, could be seeking some sort of excitement as well as adventure. Okay, all right. So Three of Pentacles, some sort of recognition that may be coming your way. This could be coming straight from your employer, Leo, in terms of a small pay raise. It could be usually a completion of some sort of assignment or a task or a project, whether or not it's related to your work or it could be outside of your work. Some sort of congratulations, thank you, a job well done. Energies are going up for the 13th, so maybe by the 15th, that energy may come to you. You may also be introduced to somebody new. And this could also, because I don't say it enough, it's not somebody that you're introduced to new in the workplace environment. This is outside, could be in the workplace environment, but normally I feel that it's more or less on the outside of work. And also, too, I assign workplace love affairs or attractions with the Three of Pentacles. Up next now, okay, so the devil has been showing up here regularly for practically all the videos that I've been reading for. So you're no different than the other signs that I just read for. Cancer received it, and I believe several others received it. But anyway, I think one sign, I think it might have been Sagittarius, who received both the devils, because this deck has two devils, two lovers, two emperors. So here, the devil always is about, when it shows up here, Leo, there's something that we need to bring up to the surface, have these discussions amongst ourselves, and the discussions may lead to a need to address our own bad habits that we are dealing with, right? And I'm not a Leo, but I say we collectively. So, there's no misunderstanding. I'm a Cancer. But anyway, having to address bad personal habits or, the things that you may be doing, having to address, toxic energies, could be toxic behaviors, yours, could be the interactions that you have, toxicity with other people, could be, when it comes to toxicity, your community, could be your work environment. Okay, the devil always throws that energy out there, casts that energy, locks us in, and then have us repeat those things that we don't necessarily want to repeat, but because we can't shake the shackles of the devil, that's why it's called the devil, okay? Because the devil is very fierce and furious. Whether it's a female devil or a male devil, they always know how to penetrate. So, dealing with your own addictions or someone else's addictions, drinking, smoking, gambling, anything's in excess when it comes to pornography, obsession. Unrequited love. So you could be obsessing or feeling like you're addicted to something or a situation, person, or event. But the devil is here for us to address, and you know what that energy may be for you. All right, so following the major arcana of the devil, now we have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is, you can see she's out on the ledge here. Now, of course, I'm going to throw a clarifier on that Nine of Swords here for you, Leo. Nine of Swords is really extremely in a matter of overthinking. Okay, now that could be, again, over a situation, person, or event. Feeling very, very stressed out about something that needs to come to some resolve, but you have not had the greatest ability to bring it to resolve. Typically, the Nine of Swords represents a form of betrayals, deceit. I always get essay kind of stuff, verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, whether or not the unresolved conflicts are current, distance, or, distance, unresolved, could be current. There's another one in there. I don't know why I'm not thinking of it, but anyway, you get the drift. But anyway, something, some sort of pain or suffering that might be taking place. And usually that pain and suffering that I'm referring to, Leo, is done in silence. Usually other people don't know about what's going on. If it is something that's personally affecting you, seeking some sort of relief through any means of prescription medications for a high level of anxiety or depression. Non-prescription medication, I always talk about, it could be drinking, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, anything that's going to help you relieve the burdens of the Nine of Swords, okay? Again, betrayals, deceptions, lies, feeling ashamed about something, someone shaming you about something, all of that. All right, so why did the Nine of Swords show up here? And I always talk about the barriers or the restrictions. If it is not something that is expressed towards you this week, then you may just be connected or know somebody who is dealing with some sort of barriers or restrictions. And oftentimes I talk about that you just may, know somebody who is incarcerated, physically behind bars. And then it becomes their Nine of Swords energies. But why did that Nine of Swords show up, Leo? All right, why is the Nine of Swords here? Not getting proper sleep or undersleeping. All right, so, and it could also be oversleeping too, and that turns into a form of depression. When you sleep too many hours, that is depression. Ten of Swords here, yes, there's a situation here that I feel that is, should be coming to an end, but you have not yet come to some sort of resolve about that energy. So, I feel that there could be dealing with the Ten of Swords here, a situation surrounding you is coming to an end, but for the Nine of Swords to be clarifying that, the Ten of Swords to be clarifying the Nine of Swords, it has yet to come to some sort of resolve. You're waiting for this energy to come to some sort of resolve, whatever it may be for you, Leo, okay? And then the bright side of the Ten of Swords is that something's going to replace that. So I feel that there's still work involved here that you've been, and then again, it may be all connected over here to the devil because it's cross mirrored over here to the devil. So something that you may have worked on, whether it's from your distance, recent, or that's the word, recent, or your current, and you still have yet to completely banish or absolve whatever it is that's, needs to come to some sort of end. And that would be the Ten of Swords signifying that. Okay, and then on the other side of the Ten of Swords is the new approach, the new beginning. Okay, but you need to resolve this first. The devil may be strong arming you here, repeating those things that you are trying so hard to get rid of, okay, or deal with. All right, so I think that's what I'm going to say in terms of clarifying that. And of course, whenever I clarify something, whatever I say doesn't mean that it's something that's set in stone. All right, so now we have the Ace of Cups sitting right underneath the other ace that we have in our spread. So 2 aces in a reading is very auspicious energy. Ace of Cups means pregnancy news around you, and then whenever there's swords, someone could be when it comes to childbirth, delivering a child under cesarean section. Definitely, there still could be a job offer. And then the Ace of Cups could definitely pull in and form romantic partnerships or platonic friendships. But you may already be receiving that energy, Leo, from those that you are already near and dear to. Devotion, love, commitment. Okay, from family members, friends, romantic partners. Up next here for you, Leo. Following the Ace of Cups, we have the Six of Wands. So I've been saying in the other videos here, the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Those are all movement cards in terms of traveling, in terms of how I interpret. But when you receive the Chariot, these cards that I just mentioned here is either the energy of you moving towards something positive, Leo, or something positive about to move towards you. But when you receive the major arcana, the Chariot, that is definite energy of positive stuff that's coming towards you. All right. And it's coming very rapid. But the Six of Wands, like the Ace of Swords here, imply victory and success that you can attach to almost anything that you got going on here this week. So, victory and success in having to abolish or address any energies attached to the devil, the Nine of Swords. If you're traveling this week, again, you're going to be safe to and from. Following the Six of Wands now, we're going to follow up with the Page of Cups. Page of Cups mirrors the Ace of Cups. These are 2 cards here that represent pregnancy news and also 2 job offers, birth of a child. This card here has 2 people on it, so it could be that I'm talking to a Leo who may have entered into a new relationship. It's less than 30 days old. It's still fresh. It's still new. However, it sits underneath that devil. That's the addiction or obsession that you feel like you're addicted in a relationship, or you're dealing with some sort of unrequited love involving a relationship. Keep that in mind. All right, so that's the Page of Cups. And like the Ace of Cups, that Page of Cups can bring together romantic partnerships as well as platonic friendships. All right, so let's swing back here to the Nine of Swords. On top of the Nine of Swords, for additional messages here for you, Leo, we have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands I always talk about is just primarily the projection of energy that comes onto you by others in the form of oftentimes disputes or fights, squabbles. It's what's going on with them, Leo. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't engage. Don't add fuel to the fire. As quickly as it may approach you, it will go away just as quickly if you just avoid it altogether. If it is not that energy that you experience this week, it could be this any day through the week that you experience a moment of restlessness, and that too shall pass. On top of the Ace of Cups, now we have the one of the Emperors. There's 2 Emperors in this deck. So you'll be in control. So you have the ability to control what's going on here with the Nine of Swords, as well as what's going on here with the Devil. Okay, this is all about you having to maintain an aspect of control of your behaviors and your own doings, not necessarily into trying to control the behaviors or, being manipulative to others. Not that you ever are. And if the cards were read in the reverse by me, then this card in the reverse would mean that you're trying to control others, trying to be manipulative, and it's not. So don't worry about it. So there could be some Leos that I'm reading for that's dealing with some sort of court situations. This is a card that represents authority, leadership, boss mode. You may be asked to lead over others. You may be promoted to a higher position. Okay. And then the characters here, even though there's two characters here, it still could be in the form of a father figure attached to you, Leo. They're now over in spirit. They may have, dealt with the court system, served some sort of time in the military. All right, on top of the Six of Wands here for you, Leo, we have the major arcana, the High Priestess. High Priestess represents secrets. Either you're locking or keeping secrets from someone, or someone's doing that to you. Now, we don't have the Seven of Cups or the Moon unless we draw the last card and it's either one of those cards. Then whatever it is that is being kept from you or kept by you will be revealed. The billowing smoke is always a sense of mystery surrounding someone, but also could be someone who is taking up some sort of interest in you, but they're not ready to reveal themselves. The most important thing to grab out of the High Priestess would be to pay attention to your intuition, trust the process of what you feel. She's here to help guide you with that, but she's also here to give you some advice about having to acquire some form of patience regarding a situation. All right. Now, maybe, whatever it is that I presented here for you, or maybe something else that's going on, but she's asking you to be a little bit more patient or to acquire some sort of patience. All right. On top of the Page of Cups, the last card, now we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords represents an external pool of energy trying to, make a decision about something. I feel that with the Ace of Swords that was already drawn, I don't think that you should have any problems. I oftentimes read this when I use this deck here as the Three of Swords, but it's not. It's the Five of Swords because we have three characters here. This is you in a relationship or in a friendship or whatever. Here's the interference person. Now, this could be you and then you're interfering. But as you're reading, I'm reading it as such that someone could be interfering with a relationship that you may be having. Someone could be envious of something that you hold or possess. All right. So don't let anyone play with your head or play mind games with you. Most importantly, because it sits underneath that devil. That could be the devil's source of energy by itself. Okay. That the devil keeps conjuring up this energy in your head, in your mind, having you to repeat things that are not good for you, but you keep doing it anyway. All right. All right, so with that being said, this is what I have, Leo, for you this week. Just me interpreting the messages here. Take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Leo, and I'll talk to you real soon. Ciao.